Wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. How are you? I'm Jana Ahmed Abdel Sadiq and today's model is talking about physics. So now let's start by the first question. First of all, the first question says Yeshek was watching a TV program from 5 o'clock or 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. How many minutes he spent to watch a TV program? Now, he said in the question that Yeshek was watching a TV program from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. That means we have the hours. That means from 5 hour or 5 p.m. into 9 p.m. That means 5 o'clock into 9 o'clock. So that means we will find first of all the difference between the 2 hours. Then he is asking about the minutes. How many minutes he spent to watch a TV program. So that means we'll convert the difference of these two numbers into minutes. Let's start by this question. First of all, 9 minus 5, the difference between them is 4, right? 9 minus 5 is equal to 4 hour because 9 hour minus 5 hour, it will be 4 hour. Now we have 4 hour, but we don't know how many minutes, right? Okay, and we know in the rule or how to know the non-SI units of time is 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, right? Okay, now first of all we will cut hour with hour, then we will crisscross. That means 4 times 60, it will be 240. Yes, 240 minutes. So that means 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes and 4 hour is equal to 240 minutes. So that means the correct answer for this question is C. Okay, now in question number 2 it says which of the following is a fundamental quantity? Now A, it says density, B, force, C, acceleration, and D, amount of substance. Okay, now what we have here, density, force, acceleration, amount of substance. Density, force, and acceleration, 3 of them are derived physical quantities. That means they are different quantities. But amount of substance is one of the 7 fundamental quantities. So that means amount of substance is a fundamental quantity. That means the answer for question number 2 is D. Now, in question number 3 it says, which of the following statements best describes rotary motion? Rotary motion. Okay, it says rotary motion. First of all, we know motion of Earth around Sun, motion of pendulum, a falling ball from certain height, and motion of wheel of a car. Okay, motion of Earth around Sun is describes as the curvilinear motion. So it's not A. Motion of pendulum also is described as a vibratory motion. So it's not A or B. But in C, we have what? A falling ball from certain height. And it's not a rotary motion. It's a straight or a rectilinear motion. Okay, but D here, it says motion of a wheel of a car, right? So that means it's a rotary motion because the wheel of the car is a rotary. It's rotating, right? So that means the answer is D for question number 3. Okay, now let's continue by the question number 4, which says P-line is going, wait a minute. Now it says here, P-line is going from home to school in 4 ways as shown in the figure below, okay? Which path represents displacement? Now, let's first of all know the meaning of displacement, right? Displacement is the shortest distance in a specified direction. And what we have here, 4 directions, right? The first one, which is here until here, then going to the school from this way. But 2, if you can see, it's going inside the square itself, inside, like that means a curvilinear. Okay, and in number 3, it's a straight line from 1 until 3 directly, or from 1 until this way directly. Okay, and in 4 we have to go 1 2 3 sides. Okay, now he said displacement, and we know as we know before that displacement is the shortest distance, right, in a specified direction. So that means 3 is the right answer, because 3 have one way and one line, and it's the shortest way. So that means the answer is B. Now let's go for question number 5. Question number 5, it says, which of the following is a unit of acceleration? Okay, now he says A is meter times second the power of -2, meter times second the power of -1, meter the power of -2 times second, and meter times second. Now the unit of acceleration, as we know before, that it is meter over second the power of 2, right? Okay, acceleration, meter over or per second the power of 2. When we will bring second with meter, when it will be times, we will write in this way: meter times second the power of -2. Why? Because we bring second and the power of 2 up with meter. So that means meter times second the power of -2. So that means the answer for question number 5 is A. Okay, now question number 6. Which instrument is used to measure force? The instrument to measure force. Let's see one by one. First of all, we have beam balance. No, beam balance is an instrument to measure mass. Okay, and we have here spring balance and ammeter and voltmeter. Ammeter is the instrument also to measure current, and voltmeter is the instrument which is used to measure volt. But spring balance is the instrument to measure force. So that means B is the correct answer for question number 6. Now in question number 7, it says a person standing in a moving path falls or tends to fall forward when a path suddenly stops. Which Newton's explains about this phenomenon? Question number 7 says an example, right? Okay, second law, third law, and first law, and Newton's gravitational law. First of all, second, third, and Newton's of gravitational law, it can be. Because he said a person standing in a moving path falls or tends to fall forward when path suddenly stops. So this law is stating that an object continues in its state of rest or of uniform motion in a straight line unless it is forced to change that state by the application of an external force. And the external force here was the bus, right? Yes, and the object was the person that's standing inside the bus. So that means C is the correct answer. Now, in question number 8 says, which of the following is advantage of friction? Is the advantage of friction: to write on paper, or wear out parts of machine, or wastage of energy, or gain more energy by heat? If you can see that number 8, it says what? To write on paper. And to write on a paper, yes, it's the advantage of friction. Why? Because it's making a frictions between the paper and the pencil or the pen. So that means we have a friction. And also another examples like walking, tires, brakes is an examples of advantage of friction. So that means the correct answer for question number 8 is A. Now, in question number 9, it says, what amount of work is done when 30 Newton force displays a body by 5 meters? Now what we have here, the given is force and distance, right? Force, which is 30 Newton, and 5 meters, which is distance. S is equal to 5 meters. Now He said the required is work. Work. Okay, now the formula of work is equal to force times distance. So that means 30 times 5 meters, which is equal to 150 joule. Why? Because Newton times meter will give us joule. Now the correct answer for question number 9 is C. Okay, now let's go for question number 10. Question number 10, it says, which of the following quantity has the same unit as work? The same unit as work is energy, right? Because work, its unit is joule. And in energy, its unit also is joule. But force, it is Newton. Displacement, it is meter. And weight, it is kilogram. So that means energy is the best answer. Okay, now in question number 11, it says the mechanical energy or falling body is conserved and equals 500 joule. If the potential energy of a body is 200 joule, what is the kinetic energy of the body? Kinetic energy of the body. Okay, first of all, he says mechanical energy and potential energy and kinetic energy, right? The formula for mechanical energy with potential energy and kinetic energy is mechanical energy is equal to potential energy plus kinetic energy, right? Okay, now he says we have mechanical energy and we have potential energy, but we don't have kinetic energy. So that means we placed 500 joule in place of mechanical mechanical energy, which is 500 joule, right? Is equal to what we have here, potential energy, which is 200 joule. Okay, plus kinetic energy. Okay, now we have 500 energy, 500 joule and 200 joule, and kinetic energy we don't know. So that means we will make a minus between 200 joule and 500 joule. That means the final answer, it will be 300 joule. When you will shift 200 with 500, it will be negative 200. So that means negative 200 plus 500, it will be 300 joule. That means you will make a subtract. Then the answer for kinetic energy is 300 joule. That means the answer for question number 11 is C. Okay, now in question number 12, it says, which of the following is not purpose of machines? Transfer energy from one point to another, or multiply speed, or multiply force, or multiply both force and distance at the same time. Actually, transfer energy from one point to another, yes, is the correct answer, that we are using machines for these things. And multiply speed, yes. Multiply force, yes. And also multiply change direction, or to change direction, yes. But to not multiply both force and distance at the same time, it's impossible. We can't. And also we can't multiply energy. So that means he says that not correct or not purpose of machines. It's D. The answer is D. Okay. Now let's go for question number 13. Question number 13, it says the mechanical advantage of simple machine is for the machine lifts load which is 100 Newton. What is the force that acts on a machine? Okay, now what we have, the given, which is mechanical advantage is equal to 4 load. We have 1000 Newton and effort that we don't know. That means the required is effort. Now the formula for mechanical advantage is equal to load over effort, right? Okay, now we will place the numbers in place of their symbols. Like for example, 4 for mechanical advantage, that means 4 is equal to load, which is 1000 Newton, 1000 Newton over effort, right? Because we want to see or to know the value of effort. Now we'll make a crisscross, that means 4 times E it will be, or 4 times effort it will be 4E, which is equal to 1000 Newton, right? 1000 Newton. Now we will divide both sides by 4, so then we can cancel 4 by 4 and 1000 by 4. The last answer it will be 250, right? Here by 1 and here by 250. So that means the final answer is 250 Newton. For question number 13, the answer is B. Okay, now in question number 14, what we have, which instrument is used to measure average kinetic energy of particles of a body? Of course it is thermometer, right? Because thermometer is an instrument which used to measure temperature, and when he said average kinetic energy, that means temperature. Average kinetic energy is another name for temperature, or you can say that temperature is the average kinetic energy of particles of a body. So that means the instrument of temperature is thermometer. So the answer is B for question number 14. Now in question number 15 it says, in the Fahrenheit scale the boiling point is what? Okay, in Fahrenheit scale we will convert, or first of all he says in the Fahrenheit scale the boiling point, right? We have boiling point and we have freezing point. So that means in boiling point it is 212 Fahrenheit. It's 212 Fahrenheit. But for a freezing point of Fahrenheit scale it is 32 degree Fahrenheit. 32 degree Fahrenheit, right? For freezing point, but for boiling point is 212 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, now let's go for question number 16. Question number 16 it says, most plentiful source of heat is dash. What is? Sun, wood, fuel, or coral? The answer is sun. Why? Because sun energy is important for life, and the most plentiful source of heat is sun. That's we getting heat from sun. So that means the answer is A. Now in question number 17, which of the following is not correct about sound? It is produced due to vibrating source, or its energy can travel in material medium, or its energy can travel in vacuum, or its speed increase with increasing temperature. Now first of all he said that not correct, the one which is not correct. So that means it is produced due to vibrating source. Yes, it's correct. And its energy can travel in material medium. Yes, it's correct. Sound it can travel in material medium. But its energy can travel in vacuum? No. Sound cannot travel throughout a vacuum. And its speed increase with increasing temperature? Yes, it's increasing with sound increasing. So that means the answer which is not correct about sound is C, right? Okay, now in question number 18 it says, in which of the following media sound travels fast? Sound travels fast. Okay, here what we have: oxygen, copper, seawater, and steel. Oxygen, which means is a gas, right? Oxygen is a gas, and copper is a solid, seawater is liquid, steel is a solid, right? Now we have two solid, and sound travels faster in solid than liquid and gas. First of all, gas, which have the speed meter per second 0 degrees Celsius is 316, right? And about copper, which is solid, its speed meter per second 0 degrees Celsius is 4998. And for seawater, which is liquid, it is 1450, and for steel it's 5948. So that means the bigger number is steel, right? Because here, first of all, oxygen, it can be because it's a gas. Seawater, it can be also because it's a liquid. So we have here two solids, copper and steel. But which number is more, or it's more in speed meter per second, 0 degrees Celsius? It will be steel. Why? Because steel, its number is 5948. But in copper, what we have? 4998. So the bigger one is steel. So that means the answer for this question is D. Okay. Now let's go for question number 19. Question number 19, it says, which one of the following is not true about magnet? Like poles of a magnet repel each other. Magnetic poles always exist in a pair. Magnet can attract all metals. Compass is made from magnet. Okay, first of all, like poles of a magnet repel each other, yes. And unlike poles of magnet attract each other, yes, is this correct? Because it's in the law of magnetism. Now, magnetic poles always exist in a pair, yes, it's also correct. Magnet can attract all metals, no, it's not correct. Why? Because magnet can attract irons and nickels only, not all metals. Compass is made from magnet, yes, it's correct. Compass is made from magnets. That means they can help us to know the directions, right? So that means the answer which is not true about magnet is C, which is magnet can attract all metals. Now in question number 20, it says the process of making magnet from iron or steel by striking with permanent magnet is known as what? Is known as magnetism, magnetization, or polarity, or demagnetization. First of all, if the striking is with North Pole of the permanent magnet, the last end of the steel bar will be magnetized as a South Pole and vice versa. So that means the correct answer for question number 20 is B, is known as magnetization. Now in question number 21, which of the following symbol represents lamp? The first one, we have this symbol. The second one, this one's okay. The first one, which is the lamp, yes, the bulb, right? And B, which is the cell. This one, which is the cell. C, the battery. D, the voltmeter. And he says represent lamp. That means the answer is A. Okay. Now in question number 22, it says the complete path along which current flows from one point to another is what? Wire, electric cell, or electric charge, or electric circuit? Of course the answer is electric circuit, because it's the complete path along which current flows from one point to another is called electric circuit, right? Okay, in question number 22, the answer is D. Now in question number 23, like charge of electricity repel each other or attract each other, or both repel and attract each other, or no forces exerted between them. First of all, C and D is not correct. We have A and B, which is repel each other or attract each other. As we said before, that like charges of electricity repel each other, and unlike charges of electricity attract each other. This is depending on the law of magnetism. So that means the correct answer for question number 23 is A. Okay, in question number 24, which says a box has a weight of 30 centimeter length, 30 centimeter and length of 15 centimeter and 20 centimeter deep. How much liter of water could it hold? Now what we have in weight? In weight we have 30 centimeter, right? Okay, 30 centimeter. And what we have in length? We have 15 centimeter. And in height, we have 20 centimeter deep. How much liter of water could it hold? Now what we have, he said, first of all, we'll find the volume. After we finding the volume, we can change it or convert it into liter. So that means when you multiply 30 by 15 by 20, it will be 9,000 centimeter cube. Why? Because volume, the formula for volume is weight times length times height, which is equal to 9,000. Volume is equal to 9,000 centimeter cube. After finding this number 9,000 centimeter cube, now what we have centimeter cube, we want to convert it into meter cube, and then we can divide it or convert it into liter, which is the answer. So that means after finding the meter and after dividing it by 1,000, it will be the answer 9 liter. So that means the answer for question number 24 is B. Now, in question number 25, what is density of metal of mass 8 grams and having a volume of 2 centimeter cube? 16 gram centimeter cube, 16 gram over centimeter cube, or 1 over 2 gram over centimeter cube, or 48 gram over centimeter cube, or 1 over 4 gram over centimeter cube. The answer for question 24, actually this question it have a problem, so for that skip it. Okay, this question have a problem, so skip this question number 25. Now in question number 26, the dimensional expression of power is the dimension. I think you know about the dimensional expressions. We will see this one here. For power, what we have for power is equal to watt over watt. The SI unit of power is watt, right? That means kilogram times meter squared over second squared. Kilogram times meter squared over second squared. So that means what we have for kilogram is mass, right? Kilogram is mass, and meter is length, and second, which is time. So that means m L the power of 2 T the power of negative 3, the power of negative 3. So that means the correct answer for question number 26 is D, right? Yes. Now let's go for question number 27. In question number 27, which is the following is an example of contact force? Buoyant, electric, or magnetic, or gravitational? The correct answer is buoyant, right? Why? Because it's only the contact force. Electric, magnetic, and gravitational force is non-contact force. So that means the correct answer for 27 is A. Now in question number 28, says a bus moving initially with a speed of 6 meters per second reaches a speed 18 meters per second in 4 seconds. What is acceleration? Now what we have here, we have initial and velocity, right? We have initial velocity and final velocity, and we have time. First of all, a bus moving initially with a speed of 6 meters per second, that means this one is the initial velocity, reaches a speed 18 meters per second. That means this is the final velocity in 4 seconds, and 4 seconds is the time. What is acceleration? We know that acceleration, its formula is velocity over time, right? Velocity over time. And we can say is also velocity or final velocity minus initial over time. So that means if we place the numbers in the symbols, velocity initial, what we have here, 18, right? 18 minus 6 over 4. So that means 12 over 4 divided by 1 here, and here it will be by 3. So that means is equal to, acceleration is equal to 3 meter per second squared. Meter per second squared. So that means the answer for question number 28 is B. Okay, now in question number 29, the slope of VT graph for a uniformly accelerated motion is what? Distance, displacement, speed, or acceleration? The answer, of course, of VT graph of uniformly, it says uniformly accelerated motion, acceleration is constant. So that means the answer for question number 29 is D. Okay, in question number 30, which of the following is not a unit of pressure? Watt, or millimeter of mercury, or Pascal, or atmosphere? Okay, he said pressure, and he said not a unit of pressure. First of all, Pascal is the SI unit of pressure, and atmosphere is also a non-SI unit of pressure because it is the atmospheric pressure, right? And millimeter of mercury, it's also a non-SI unit of pressure because it's equal to 1 Pascal is equal to 76 millimeter of mercury. Now, what is the SI unit of power? So that means A is not the correct answer. I mean, A is the correct answer for question number 30, but it's not the unit of pressure. Now, in question number 31, from the figure shown below, pressure is maximum at what? Here, what we have here, a beaker that have water inside it, right? And he says that the maximum of pressure is what? 1, 2, 3, or 4. What's the meaning of pressure? When pressure is increased, depth also is increased. So that means the answer is 4. Why? Because 4 is inside the beaker, it's in the depth. When pressure is increased, that means maximum, and depth is also increased. So that means the question 31, its answer is D. Okay, now in question number 32. In question number 32, it says the atmospheric pressure of certain area is 380 torr. The pressure in Pascal is what? 960 Pascal, or 50,500 Pascal, or 2,888 times 10 to the power of 5, or 505. Here what says the atmospheric pressure of a certain area is 380 torr. The pressure in Pascal is what? We have in torr. So when we convert it into Pascal, it will be 50,500 Pascal, right? Yes. So that means the correct answer for question number 32 is B. Now in question number 33, the method of heat transfer by movement of molecules of medium is what? Conduction, radiation, convection, or induction? Now, first of all, conduction, radiation, and convection. He said in the question what? The method of heat transfer by movement of molecules of medium. Now, radiation, actually it's by vacuum, right? It's by vacuum, or you can say it also by the sun. It's not without a medium. Conduction, the same thing, but convection, the method of heat transfer by movement of molecules of medium is by convection. Its meaning or the definition of convection is this one. So that means the answer for question number 33 is C. Now in question number 34, the physical quantity that represents the amount of heat required to change the temperature of 1 kilogram of a substance by 1 degree Celsius is what? Heat energy, temperature, heat capacity, or specific heat capacity? First of all, what we have here, he says the physical quantity. Okay, the physical quantity that represents the amount of heat required. We have the amount. If we have the amount, so that means it is a specific. And he says that heat required to change the temperature of 1 kilogram of a substance by 1 degree Celsius is, of course, the answer is a specific heat capacity. So the answer for question number 34 is D. Now, let's go for question number 35. In question number 35, it says, which effect of electric current is observed on a bulb? Of course, it will be lighting, right? Lighting, because bulb, its effect or its effect of electric current, it will be lightening. So the answer for question number 35 is A. Now in question number 36, which of the following materials are good insulators? Are good insulators. Okay, we have here copper and gold, wood and glass, gold and aluminium, plastic and copper. Copper and gold, it can be a good insulators, right? But wood and glass, yes, they can a good insulators. Copper and gold, gold and aluminium, plastic and copper, they are bad insulators. But wood and glass, yes, they are good insulators. So that means the question 36, its answer is B. The correct answer is B. Now in question number 37, what property of a wire decreases when it is made thicker? When it is made thicker, it will be resistance. Why? Because when wire decreases, the property of a wire decreases when it's made thicker. When resistance is thicker, the wire will decrease. Yes, so that means the answer for question number 37 is C. Okay, now in question number 38, what is the total resistance of two 6 ohm resistors when each connected in series? In series, not in parallel. So that means the formula for ohm in series, it will be first of all, what we have here, the total resistance is of 2. He said of 2 6 ohm. So that means 6 ohm, we have 2 times of them, 6 ohm and 6 ohm. And he said in series, connected in series. So that means 6 ohm plus 6 ohm will give us 12 ohm. That means the answer for question number 38 is B. Now, question number 39. It says, of the following quantities, which one is expressed by a unit volt? By a unit volt. If you look properly, that a unit volt is also the potential difference. Why? Because voltmeter, or the unit of volt is unit volt, right? Voltmeter, its unit is volt. Okay, that means its another name is also potential difference. Question number 39, its answer is A. Okay, now in question number 40, it says this year Gilgal Gaby, third hydroelectric power plant, has started generating electrical energy. What energy conversion is taking place in the plant? First of all, it converts electrical energy of the water stored in the dam to mechanical energy, or it converts electrical energy to solar energy, or it converts solar energy to electrical energy, or it converts gravitational potential energy of the water in the dam to electrical energy. The correct answer for question number 4 is B, because it converts electrical energy to solar energy. Why? Because he says that we have a hydroelectric power plant. Hydroelectric power plant has started generating electrical energy. So that means it was electrical energy. And then we convert this electrical energy into solar energy. So that means the answer for question number 40 is choice B. Now, in question number 41, which of the following is not function of transformer? Multiply energy, decrease voltage, increase voltage, or increase or decrease current? The answer, of course, multiply energy, because we can multiply energy in the function of transformer. So then it's not function of transformer is multiply energy. So that means the answer for question number 41 is A. Now, in question number 42, it says, if an object reflects all the light that hits it, what color is it? Black, white, blue, or green? He said if an object reflects all the light that hits it, what's the color it will be? Of course it will be a white. It can be a black, or be a blue, or be a green. So that means the answer for question number 42 is B. Now in question number 43, it says the 3 cardboard experiment and pinhole camera shows what? Light travels in straight line, or describe luminous and non-luminous body, or light travels in zigzag line, or image inverted in pinhole camera. First of all, in the question says the 3 cardboard experiment and pinhole camera shows. Of course, it will be image inverted into pinhole camera. So the answer for question number 43 is D. Now in question number 44, which of the following is false about image forming in plane mirror? it is of the same size as the object, or it is sideways reversed, or it has the same distance behind the mirror as the object is, or it is upside down. He said that's false. That means it's not correct about the plan mirror. It's not correct, or it's false about the image forming in plan mirror. First of all, it is one or it's of the same size as the object. Yes, it's correct. It is sideways reversed. Yes. It has the same distance behind the mirror as the object is. Yes. It is upside down. No, it's not. It is upside down, because image formed in a plan mirror, all of these functions is correct except upside down. So that means the question number 44, its answer is D. Now, in question number 45. In question number 45, it says mirror, which is M1 and M2, makes angle 90 degree with each card or with each other. A ray that is incident on mirror 1 is reflected to mirror 2, as shown in the figure below. What is the value of angle X? What's the value of angle X? Now what we have here in this diagram, we have the mirror and we have an angle of 90 degree, right? Of 90 degree. Now here, if you can see the same degree, 37 degree here, and the same place here, M2, which is, it will be 37 degree. The same thing. So the answer for question number 45 is B. And that was the last answer for the last for this model, for the last question in this model of physics model. So I hope that you benefit from this video and gain more informations and know how to answer these questions in this model. And inshallah, in the next coming videos, we are going to make more videos about models and their explaining, and I hope that you benefit from these videos. So thank you for listening and thank you for watching. Goodbye.